Joe, you got a lot of bikes, but you got something that's a particular favorite, something really special?
Yeah, I like this old Pope over here. This is a 1918 Pope. It's an American-made bike. Pretty advanced for its day. Most bikes of this period were belt-driven. This is chain-driven.
Oh, yeah?
Suspension, front and rear, which most bikes didn't. They were hardtail.
It came with this stand?
Came with this stand. It's exactly as you see it. Overhead valve, 1,000 cc, 3-speed. The odd thing is, back in those days, all controls weren't set like they are now. So halfway down is clutch, all the way down is brake. The thinking being you had to go through clutch, you know, you had to put the clutch in before you put the brake in.
They do that on lawnmowers now.
Yeah, well, same thing. Yeah, there was just, you know, this was still an experimental period mostly. Here's something most people don't know about. You know what these are?
No.
See, most people restore bikes, and since for so many years we've known grips to look like this, they just put these grips on them. But on these old bikes, what this was
it a wrist rest?
No, you'd ride along, and on the bumpy roads of the day, the faster you went, you'd go back here, and this would take the pounding out of your shoulders.
No kidding.
So on long trips, yeah. So most old bikes did have these, but for some reason they just got forgotten, and then people make, you know, Harley grips and stuff, and they put them on and they go like this. But this kind of like
waggle, waggle,
you
waggle.
have twist throttle, which, you know who invented the twist throttle?
Who invented the
Glenn Curtis. You know Curtis? He's got a museum in upstate New York, but he, you know, he aero guy, airplane guy, and he invented the twist grip on a motorcycle.
Is that also the Curtis car? Different Curtis.
Different Curtis.
Different Curtis. But that twist is, you know, it all runs into
the... See, actually, you realize how sophisticated this is. There's no cables that show. It all runs internally. This was a very, very expensive motorcycle.
What year again?
This is 1918. Wow. And very quick. As I said, suspension front and rear. You have a hand clutch and a foot clutch. You got a 3-speed transmission. You want to fire it up?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Yeah, fire it up. Here's my favorite poster right there.
Oh,
that's a Douglas. That's in English. I just like, hello, laddies. I mean, like, how brave do you have to be to ride a motorcycle wearing a kilt?
And that's where you'd really find out if they wear anything underneath.
Oh, yeah,
them,
that's it. You're blowing that up. You're passing somebody and your kilt's blowing in your face. Well, we'll take this out and fire it up.
Now, the valves, I mean, it's overhead valve, but what oiled them? I mean, did you have to...
Well, you oil them by hand initially, and then it's sort of a splash.
Just kind of throw oil around?
Yeah, just throw oil around. Yeah, you do it by hand.
You know, the suspension and everything is actually pretty cool for 1918.
Yeah, we'll fire it up. We'll take it out. It hasn't been out in a while, so. Yeah, clip that under there.
Sure. Okay, so you're going to fire it up. What's the startup checklist?
Well, this hasn't been fired in a little while, so first thing you want to do is at least hand oil your valves. So throw a little oil around there. These are...
I mean, they're just out there, aren't they?
They are just out there, and everything is, you just want to just... I tend to over-lubricate everything, but hey, when they break, there aren't any more of these. So.
Exactly.
And the second thing you want to do is you open your fuel.
What's this?
Okay, that's when you're... This is a total loss oiling system. So I mean, you fill it with oil, the engine runs, and you know
throws it around,
and
out,
and right. So, but if you're doing really high speed work, you reach down and you give yourself a few hand pumps to shoot a little more oil to the bearings. And you always want to remember, open your oil.
Oh yeah. So this is an oil reservoir right here, right?
This is your oil reservoir right here. We'll check that.
So this is like 1,000 cc's on a bicycle.
Then you have a hand cut out here.
Oh, okay.
If you want to pass somebody in electric power, you put your foot down, that bypasses the exhaust. Okay, we'll open both fuels.
Just a sheet metal tank, basically?
Well, yeah, sort of. Now, again, the Kickstarter was fairly new. What you have to do with this is you have to engage it manually. Kind of pull that out like that.
Okay.
And you try to give it a couple of kick-throughs. It's been sitting for a while, so let's see what...
I can see the mechanism working here, though. You can't see the cable through there, but...
Hasn't been running 6 months.
Now, how about the Kickstarter?
Harley that starts on one kick. One kick.
And you can see it all going on. You can
Yeah.
even see it throwing oil.
It's like a calliope. Nothing looks dumber than a full-face helmet on this bike. This is scarier than the jet bike.
From the early 1900s to 1918, the Pope motorcycle was one of many terrific marks of the era. And like many of the early motorcycles, it was based on bicycle designs.
You Harley hardtail guys are going to be pretty envious.
Jay is an avid motorcycle collector, but as you can tell, he gets his biggest kicks out of riding these vintage gems.